Hey Packers fans and NFL fans, welcome to the channel. My name is Rev Trev and I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about the Packers rebuilding. Are we rebuilding? Are we not rebuilding? There's a lot of debate. A lot of people think that we are going to be absolutely trash. We're going to win 3, 4, 5, 6 games max. And so that's the big question out there is what are the Packers going to look like? And we actually don't know. Once they get on the field, we'll know. But where did this term rebuilding come from? Well, David Bakhtiari actually said that this team's rebuilding. And let's be honest, like, if you think about it, of course we're in a bit of a rebuild, right? Like, we just walked away from our Hall of Fame quarterback, traded him away, and we are going with Jordan Love, who's had one career start. So that is a very interesting thing that we knew, but it was time. It was time for us to move on. So we just need to, okay, it is what it is. And I can understand why people say we're in rebuilding mode and there's a process and it's not just easy to go from one quarterback to another quarterback, even though we've had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks the last 30 years. But in the defense of people who say that we are rebuilding, you think about it, we have 3 sophomore wide receivers, we have 2 rookie wide receivers, and we have 2 rookie tight ends. I mean, offensively, we are definitely rebuilding. The good news is that our O-line is absolutely incredible, and every O-line has to be healthy for a team to be successful. So it's good. Really hoping that David is healthy this season. But Aaron Jones reminded everyone that we're not rebuilding. Now, whether you want to say we're rebuilding or we're not, it doesn't really matter what the term is. I do think it's an important factor to remember that we have a really good defense that just got better. And we also have 2 incredible running backs. We have a good O-line. So yes, do we have a lot of new offensive weapons? Absolutely. A lot of unknowns? Absolutely. Every team has rookies and sophomores that you're hoping that are going to not have a sophomore slump and the rookies are going to actually produce. Going to do something because it doesn't matter what you're drafted at, can you produce on the field, right? But let's talk a bit about the running game because that is true. We have this established 2 running backs that have been really solid. Now, I'll just show you a couple things. So I do think the running game has to improve for us to continue to be successful. We can't put all the pressure on Jordan Love. I think he's going to have an opportunity to showcase his talents. But if you're thinking about it, Matt LaFleur is not going to just, even though the playbook is totally open, I don't think he's going to unleash, and we're going to be expecting 300-plus yard passing games every week. And in the reasonable expectations video that I showed, I actually put what I predicted that Jordan Love was going to have this season. It might be a little generous in the yards, but I think the touchdowns and the interceptions are very realistic, and you should check that video out. Okay, let's look at Aaron Jones. Okay, so I've got the stats here. I'll be on the screen here for you. 17, both the running backs played 17 games. Not all of them were healthy for all 17. But Aaron Jones averages 5.3 yards per attempt. That is really good. I think the lowest he's had is 4.5. I mean, that is successful right there, right? 213 rushes, 1,200 yards, only 2 rushing touchdowns, which was really surprising when I saw that again. But 59 receptions, almost 400 yards receiving, 5 touchdowns in the passing game. I think that continues, but 5 fumbles. And that was interesting. Another interesting stat. I think he has to improve his game. I think they're going to rely more on him. I wonder how many rushes they're going to give him this year and what he's going to do production-wise. But 5.3 yards per carry, that is, or per average, is pretty amazing. Now let's go to the beast, or I should say the quad father, A.J. Dillon. He's a fan favorite as well. Both these running backs are 17 games, 4.1 yards per attempt. That's pretty good. Did you know that he rushed the ball 186 times last year? But he only had 770 yards. But he had 7 touchdowns. And I think that's where he got the goal line work. And he should. You know, he is an absolute difficult guy to track down. If we need a couple yards, he's a good guy to have there. I mean, Aaron Jones is good at doing that as well. Only 28 receptions, though. 206 yards and 0 receiving touchdowns. Only 1 fumble. So, in my opinion, whether we're rebuilding or not, I don't know. I have a hard time saying we're totally rebuilding. No team totally rebuilds unless, I mean, maybe the Texans are. I don't know. How many veterans do they have on their team? I'm not sure. We have a lot of veterans, especially on the defensive side of the ball and on our O-line. So I'm not sure. At our core positions, Jordan Love still, yeah, I get it. He hasn't had the starts, but he's had 3 years of working in the playbook to get better. So whether we're rebuilding, not rebuilding, it doesn't matter. What matters is what's going to happen on the field. Are we going to produce? I love Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. I think they can be more productive. I think we're going to be in games. Interesting stats. If you look at Aaron Rodgers' stats from last year, he had like 3,600 yards passing. I only think he had like 26 touchdowns. I didn't have very many interceptions, maybe 12. I mean, that's still pretty low. I don't even know if it was even that high. Bad thumb, right? So almost made the playoffs. I think Jordan Love can put up numbers that are similar. Maybe not the interceptions. So the interceptions are going to be hard to match when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. I think Jordan's got a number more. But if the running backs are better at more efficient, the O-line, they have a better scheme. They got to have a better scheme. Then you can't just give it to Aaron and just hope it works, right? Because he's just got the dynamic skill. I don't know. I think people are just overreacting, just saying that the Packers are going to be trash, just because we haven't been so long that it's just, it's almost like people love to hate us, and I get it. When you're a good team, people love to hate you. So, what do you think? Please post it in the comments. Love to connect and respond with you. What do you think the Packers' record's going to be? I'm not sure what it's going to be at this stage, but or let me know what you think A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones do this year as well. Thanks so much for watching. Of course, always go Pack, go.